Hello there. Welcome to our Lateral Clean beginner class. The lateral clean starts with this tick-tock and then goes into an overhead rotation. So we'll break down the movements into tiny bite-sized chunks using 2 different dumbbells, something really light to test a motion, and then something heavier to execute with. This is again a beginner class, and if you feel confident after taking this, then I recommend the Lateral Clean Intermediate class. These classes don't come with sound, so make sure you have your own sound and turn it way up. We'll begin with the basic mechanics of shifting the weight from foot to foot. This is just a light sway side to side with your feet wider than shoulder distance apart. Allow your arms to swing, and this is the basic momentum of our tick-tock, or our lateral swing. We'll begin today in a side bend. Facing the front of the mat, inhale, both arms reach up overhead for a full breath, and exhale out the mouth. Do 2 more. Inhale, arms reach, eyes follow the fingers, and exhale out the mouth. Inhale, full breath, hands reach overhead, and exhale through heart center. Last inhale, arms reach and hold. Allow your right arm to drop against your right thigh and lean over the right side. Push your left hip bone over to the left side of the mat with every exhale, feeling a stretch in the left half of your body. On your next inhale, hands meet at the top, left arm lowers, and stretch over to the left side. Each exhale, get a little deeper, pushing your right hip bone towards the right. Inhale, come back up to center and swan dive forward. Hinge at the hips, knees slightly bent, end in a forward fold, and we'll do half lift. Step your feet hip distance apart, hands to shins. Inhale to a flat back and exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back with a tight belly, and exhale, forward fold. Do this 2 more times on your own, with each inhale squeezing between the shoulder blades and squeezing at the belly. Roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, head comes up last. Inhale, arms reach overhead, and exhale through heart center. Inhale, full breath, arms reach overhead, and sit in a chair pose. Knees bent, hinging at the hips, tight belly, you have a long lower back, and place your hands on your thighs. Cat-cow. Inhale to lift the chest and exhale to round the spine. Inhale to lift, pulling. Exhale to round, pushing. Do several on your own. Each breath getting longer. Toe tap. Hold your chair pose. Place your hands on your hips. Keep the belly tight and the lower spine long. Shift all of the weight into your left leg. You can come to prayer hands if you feel confident. The weight is in the left, your left glute fires. Now shift the weight to the right. Shift the weight to the left. Shift the weight to the right, and feel in turn each glute firing as it takes the load of your body weight. Now shift all of your weight into your left leg and hold. Your right foot taps to the right side off the mat, and then back to center, making a big circle with your knee, an external rotation, lifting your knee up, over, and out, and then toe dragging back in. Do 5 more like this. Sitting low, belly tight, left knee stable. Afterwards, switch sides. Transfer your weight to the right leg, and left leg lifts up, over, out, and drag the toe back in. Do 5 more on your own. Feeling the right side of your glute flex to keep you stable. Nice job. Forward fold. Shake it out. and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head will come up last. TikTok prep. Step to the side with your feet wide, wider than shoulder distance apart. Transfer the weight from right foot to left foot, just like before. Here, you're stabilizing by activating the glute in the load-bearing leg. Now, as you talk right side, left side, can you straighten out your opposite leg? Your glute flexes to keep you balanced on a bent knee. Your belly is tight with your rib cage in. One leg bends and one leg straightens. Let's add a slight pivot. Your load-bearing leg is bent, your glute is active, and then you straighten, pivot out the opposite foot. Each time you pivot and straighten your leg, that glute flexes in turn. We're focusing on just the tops of our glutes activating as we shift the weight side to side. Squat. Finding center, inhale lower, exhale stand. Each time you stand, press your hips slightly more forward to open the hip flexors and really lock in glute squeeze. Your feet grip the mat so your inner arches can lift, supporting your ankles and your knees. Your goal is to send your hips way back and low. Overhead rotation. Shake out your legs, grab your lightest dumbbell, and we're going to start light so that we get confidence in the movement before going heavy. The bell is in your left hand. Press it and hold it and breathe there for 10 seconds. Keep your ribs in, your lower back long, your glutes are engaged, your legs are straight, your feet grip the ground. Your shoulder may start to wobble and pitch a little bit as you build in stabilizer strength. Your eyes look up at the bell. Your right arm slices against the right thigh to the overhead position. You're watching the bell overhead the entire time. You're sitting in a squat, more like a hinge with your hips not as deep as a squat, but you're putting a lot of body weight on the right arm, driving into the right thigh. On your inhale, come up and switch sides. Press it and hold it for a count of 10. Your eyes will look up at the bell. And then the left arm will shave across the left thigh. This overhead rotation position is stabilized by putting your body weight into the left arm, into the left leg. Your eyes watch the bell that's overhead the whole time. You'll have a little bit of wiggle wobble, but again, you're building in strength. Keep your belly braced. Your eyes look up and inhale to stand up. Switch sides. We'll do one more time each side with the light weight. Find your overhead rotation position right away and pause. Focus on the one that's overhead, not the one that's in the TV. Inhale to come up and switch. Last side. Inhale to come up and release. Let's transition into a heavier weight if you feel good. Otherwise, you can stick with your lightest weight. Place it in the left hand, and we'll press 3 times just to test this weight. Exhale overhead, and exhale back down to rack. If you feel good being able to press it overhead confidently, hold it, Eyes look up, find the overhead rotation, and hold. Breathe for a count of 5. Inhale to come up, and let's do that 2 more times. Press, hold, eyes up. Find the overhead rotation, 5 breaths. Inhale to come up, and last time. Press and hold, eyes up. Right arm shaves across the right thigh, right elbow down. Steady breaths. Inhale to come up, and let's just switch over into the other side. You've got the weight in the right hand, press and hold. Eyes look up, left arm finds your thigh. Bend your knees, sink your hips back, and place all the weight into your left forearm. Your eyes watch the weight. You feel a little bit of wobble, but that's okay. When you're ready, reset, and again. On your next inhale, you'll come out, reset, and last set. Press, hold, eyes up, overhead rotation, and pause. On your next inhale, come on up. Lower the weight and place it down on the ground. Suitcase deadlift with our lightest dumbbell. Switch for the lightweight. Place it in your left hand. Bring your feet touching. Heels and toes together. Your belly is tight. Sink hips back and hold. Your shoulders and your hips are parallel to the floor. Your belly is active, and exhale to stand. Inhale to lower and exhale to stand. Here it is from the side. Do 10 of them in total. The lower back is long, the pelvis scoops, the belly is active, your shoulders and your hips are level to the floor. Switch hands. Suitcase deadlift, right side. And here it is from an alternative perspective. If you're good with the lightweight, feel free to transfer to the heavy. We'll do 10 on the right and 10 on the left. Starting with the left side. The weight is heavier. We're going to separate our feet hip distance apart, so it's pretty narrow. The weight is going to try to drag you over to the left side, and this isn't good. You want to engage your lat, plug your shoulder into the back. Here it is from the side. I'm contracting the shoulder blades together, engaging the lats. Keeping shoulders and hips level to the floor with a long neck. Open chest, a tight belly, hinge at the hips, and exhale to stand. Remember, the bell's going to try to tip you over, but you have to resist. You're fighting against it by keeping the chest open, the hips level, and you're pushing a little bit harder into the right leg than the left. After your 10, then you'll switch to the right side. Each time you stand, you squeeze the glute at the top. Switch to the right side, belly tight, hips level, and go. 10 of them. We're working with an instability and an offset balance. The goal is to keep yourself balanced by squeezing the glutes at the top, keeping your lats engaged and your chest broad, pushing harder into the left foot now. Switch the weight into the left hand. This is a twisted suitcase deadlift. With your feet hip distance apart, the weight in the left hand, you'll bend one knee and straighten the other. As you cross in front of the body, your left leg bends and your right leg straightens. because the bell is going to pass in front of the right leg. So we have to get the knee out of the way. So you hinge and stand tall. You're reaching, here it is from the side, with one knee bent and one leg straight. Here it is from the other view. I cross in front of the straight leg. Do 10. Each time you reach, you're trying to reach around the right foot. Resist allowing your reach to extend into the shoulder. You need to keep your shoulders plugged into your back with your lats engaged. You have a broad chest and a tight belly the entire time. The weight transfers into your left leg, your bent leg, and your glute stretches as you reach across. Then your left glute activates and clenches at the top. Let's switch sides. The weight is in the right hand. The right knee will bend, and the left leg will straighten as the bell passes in front of the left leg. Do 10 of them. You shift all of your body weight into your right bent leg. Your glute stretches as you reach across your straight left leg. Your glute contracts to get you back to a standing position. Shoulders are pinned back behind you. Chest is broad, belly tight. We'll move on to a full tick-tock, utilizing the light dumbbell to start and then progressing into the heavy dumbbell. The bell is in your left arm and is going to swing laterally in front of you. Here we shift the weight from foot to foot. Each time your knee bends, your body weight is in the bent leg. The leg that is straight has no body weight. The glute actively contracts on the bent leg, bearing all of the load. Here it is from the side. This glute is hard, and I switch weight, and again, that glute is hard. Belly tight, chest is open, flat back. We'll try it with the swing. The swing goes side to side in front of you. As the bell passes in front of one leg, that's the straight leg. Just focusing on your legs for right now. Bend the knee and straighten the opposite leg. Now, with the weight, we move slowly. The weight is going to cross in front of the right leg and cross in front of the left leg. Each time it crosses, that leg is straight so that we move out of its way. My weight transitions from foot to foot. Load-bearing leg is the leg that's bent. I'm always leaning against the swing. So my body weight counters the weight of the bell. If you feel good on this side, let's switch to the right. The bell's in the right hand. It's going to cross. You look away. And then cross and look away. So you're leaning away from the bell. Your body weight loads on the bent leg. As the bell passes in front, you straighten that leg. Lateral clean. Place the dumbbell in your left hand. We're moving the bell out to the left side and crossing in front of the right. My left knee is bent and right leg is straight, and then we come back to center. Slowly the bell goes to the left, crosses in front, you're leaning away, and then back to center. The weight transfers here into the left leg and back to center. You can start to speed it up. Your goal is to do 10. Kick it way out to the left side to add some momentum. Your belly is braced as your eyes follow the weight as it crosses in front of the right leg. The right leg is straight to keep the bell out of its way. Each time you watch the bell swing to the right, your left leg is bent and you bear that load. Switch hands, right side. Kick it out to the right, crosses over in front of the left. Your left leg is straight. All of your body weight is in your right, and then back to center. Repeat and do 10. Add some momentum by swinging way out to the right and then crossing in front of the left. Bending the right knee and the right leg load-bearing, glute active. Nice job. If you're confident with your light weight, let's switch to the heavy. Starting with the left side, just the swing, the tick-tock side to side. Start small, bending your knee in opposition. Each time it crosses in front of a leg, it's straight. Now adding a little bit more momentum, getting the swing higher. Your goal is to get the weight at shoulder height or chest height. When it swings right, my left knee is bent. When it swings left, my right knee is bent. My eyes follow the weight, and as the weight passes in front of my thigh, that leg straightens. Nice job. Switch sides. Starting small, tick-tocking right to left, emphasizing the shift of the weight, bending the knee in opposition. Each time the weight swings to the right, the left leg is bent. Each time it swings to the left, the right leg is bent. Add some momentum and see how high you can get the swing. Your goal is to get some weightlessness at the top. Way to go. Let's add the clean. The bell is in the left hand. It's going to swing out to the left side, then cross the body to the right and come back to center. Weight tosses to the left, crosses the right, back to center. You'll do 10 on your own. Remember, you're transitioning weight from side to side. Swing to the left, it crosses the body. All of my body weight transitions into the left leg with the left knee bent. The right leg is pretty much straight the entire time I swing across it. To get more momentum, toss it way further to the left. After your 10, switch to the right side. Now the weight kicks out to the right, crosses in front of the left side of your body, and comes back to center. Your body weight shifts into the right leg. The right leg bends. Your eyes follow it as it crosses the left, and your left leg straightens. Your goal is 10. The same rules apply that we did in the suitcase deadlift. Keep your lats engaged, your shoulders back, and your chest broad. Nice job. Child's pose. Your class is over. We're going to have a quick recovery. Let's start down on the mat in a child's pose position with your knees touching. If you want a longer recovery, I recommend the Lateral Clean Stretch class, specific for this, targeting glutes and chest. And then if you want a little bit harder of a class, I recommend the Lateral Clean Intermediate, where we start to utilize the kettlebell. In your child's pose, shift the weight from hip to hip, feeling a side stretch in your torso. When you come to center, place your hands on your knees, belly pulls in tight, roll forward until your forehead can touch either your knees or the floor. Really flexing the belly and opening up the back. On your next inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a seat for a twist. Extend your left leg straight. Bend your right knee and plant your foot on the ground. Now cross your right foot over the left thigh. Right hand behind the back. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. You can hug or wrap your elbow around. 3 breaths here, each twist getting deeper, feeling the stretch in the right glute. Release and switch legs. Left hand is behind the back like a kickstand. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Left glute feels the stretch. Eyes look back, getting tall with each inhale. Release. We're going to deepen the twist on the ground in a supine position. Lay all the way down on your back. Straighten the right leg and bring your left knee into your chest. Hug your knee in for a moment and massage here. Avoiding the rib cage, hugging the knee around towards the armpit. Exhale, drape your knee across the body and eyes look away. Right hand is on your thigh. Both shoulder blades are down, pressing into the mat. Each exhale, apply pressure with the right hand to deepen the twist. You should feel this in the left glute and left lower back. Inhale to come up and switch. Left leg straight, right knee bent, pull right knee into chest, avoid rib cage, move towards armpit. Drape knee across body, eyes look away. Both shoulders down. Left hand on thigh. Each exhale, add pressure. Right glute stretch. Inhale, both knees come up to center. Knee circles. Place your hands on the top of your kneecaps. Keep your knees touching. Straighten your arms so your knees stack over your hips and make small circles in one direction. Feel a massage in your lower back. Circles in the other direction. Place your hands under your thighs and rock your spine up 3 times. Come to a seated position at the middle of the mat. Thanks for joining me today. You learned little baby-sized chunks of the lateral clean. I appreciate all likes and subscribes, and I'll see you in the next class.